Welcome back to another episode of Podcast P, presented to you by Prize Picks, a Wave Sports and Entertainment original. We have a special episode, the Postman P episode. I got my guys with me, Dallas Rutherford and Jackie Long.
Yeah.
And what we going to do, guys? We're going to answer questions submitted by you guys.
I like that.
So first, before we get into that, how we doing? How we feeling? You know what I mean?
Good, man. Good. Just been
getting back together. It's been a minute.
Been good. Been a busy week. I'm preparing for a little event I got, which will happen a day before this airs. But so I've just been busy with that all week, just getting prepared.
Okay. Can we get a little insight on the event?
Oh yeah,
What's going on?
It's just it's a real estate network marketing event where I'm just having agents, past clients, friends, family, just doing something in the Porter Ranch community.
Okay.
DJ, drinks, food. Just gonna have a good night and
invite only.
Invite only.
Okay. So some people can't make it.
And we got security.
Hey,
dude, I got like a
you big time.
Yeah, I got somebody that's checking that list. So
okay.
In case another lender tries to sneak in there.
Right.
Because then they're like basically trying to like poach like the agents that I work with.
Okay.
So if you're not on the list, you're not getting in. No.
And you want to be there.
This is the spot to be. Yeah, it's gonna be popping.
What's up, Buck Bum?
You should come, Jackie, by the way.
Hey, send me. I come.
Invite right there. There you
go. I got my invite.
You got yours in person on camera.
You know, indubitably.
So you can always run it back.
Come, Pete, you want to go? Be my guest?
+1?
+1?
You offering +1s?
Well, get you on the list.
Come on, I just get you on the show too.
I know after the game. I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Yeah, I don't, but okay.
I just recognized you big snake today.
Yeah,
you little snake. You little
I didn't
snake.
even see that either, bro.
You know, I got to shout out to my boys Made in Dina. They made me this from your boy.
You always got some shit,
LOL,
man.
What the fuck?
You got the feather hat on. He got the feather hat.
You know, I got everything, man. They always looking me up, man. You see?
What's the brand? Shout out the brand.
It's Made in Dina. Made in Dina.
No, but what about this? Isn't that the guy?
That's LOL. What the fuck, Eric?
So he made that? That's...
He the one that designed the art, and then Made in Dina went on and made me hoodies and hats.
No, that's actually...
You know what I'm saying? I got some other colors I'm going to wear here, too. I'm going to show out a little bit.
You bunky.
But yeah,
hey, before we get into the questions, we are taping this before the Bucks and Bulls game, so Podcast P fan, be aware of that. Stay tuned. Like and subscribe. Follow all the social medias. Do all the good stuff where you want to find your boys. You did.
Okay,
I had to tap into a little Jackie.
We wanted to take a brief break from this episode to let you guys know that Prize Picks has got you covered when it comes to helping you make some money during the NBA season.
That's right. Prize Picks is helping me cash in. Prize Picks is a daily fantasy app, and with the NBA season in full swing, you can select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and turn $25 into $250. Prize Picks is easy and really simple to play. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds, Dallas.
It's also that time of the year where many sports are happening at the same time, and of course, Prize Picks allows you to pick combo projections across hockey and basketball with specials so you can support all of your favorite teams while still cashing in.
I know for me, I've been cashing in big time, baby. But anyways, look, we'll talk about yours on another day. You know, so but be sure to visit prizepicks.com/podcastp and use code podcastp for a first deposit matchup to $100. And you already know what time it is.
Cha-ching!
Now back to the show. Before we start any questions from the fans, y'all know I got to be nosy because I got to do it. But P, you got to tell me in Dallas how your boy Russell Westbrook doing with the surgery arm. I mean, with the surgery hand, man.
Yeah, he doing good. I checked up on him yesterday actually, and spirits is high. He doing good.
Okay.
You know that's he a superhuman, bro. So no telling he'll be.
What happened?
Back.
What happened to his hand?
I saw when it happened during the game. It was like second quarter, early or maybe middle second quarter. He like reached from behind, and I think he hit. Was it Jordan Poole's elbow?
Mm-hmm.
And immediately I saw him like looking at it. So, you know, I didn't think nothing of it. And then he finished the half off, and then I seen him in the back, and he was just like, you know, grimacing a little bit, holding his hand. So at that point, I mean, I knew it was something up. Russ don't usually, you know, he pretty unfazed about stuff. I know we talked with Zoo is here.
Right.
Like, we never see him hurt. Like, you never see him, like.
That's why I'm shocked. Like, bruh. Right?
Yeah. The most durable person.
The good news out of it, though, they say he will be back for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
it's probably good that he's taking this
little
time.
break.
Yeah.
What?
Energy's
But how
gonna
y'all
be crazy.
Energy
when
gonna be
he's come back.
crazy.
So how y'all adjust when he's not, like, how do y'all adjust as a team when y'all got Russell with all that energy and all that coaching on the side? What do y'all do now when you got your boy out?
Yeah. I mean, we all can't do it alone. I think Bones been playing good in his replacement.
I was going to talk to you about Bones.
The more comfortable he get, the better I think he'll be in a flow. He got that energy. He got that. He fast, like he quick as shit.
He been doing his little juke. I've been seeing the team get up and like, Bones.
He's crazy.
His
like,
feet tap so many times.
And it just be like, he's so quick and like shifty, and he just got a different like cadence to him. But yeah, he's fun to watch.
You can tell he learned a lot of stuff from
Bones
Russ.
is fun to watch.
He learned a lot of stuff from Russ. You can tell, like going to the rack like that. You could tell he definitely did.
You think he picked up some stuff from him?
Oh, for sure. If he didn't, I would call Bones and say, you stupid. If you
and he got what's crazy, Bones got a post game for like how little he is.
I ain't
and
seen
he
his
got
post
finishes,
game.
bro.
Yeah,
he got both
finish.
hands.
Yeah, and he could finish.
Bones been
both
making,
hands.
he got a weird three jump shot, but he was making
It's
something
quick.
the other day.
It's quick.
Yeah,
that
real
thing
quick.
I do want to ask though about Bones. Like, what are you like telling him as a teammate? Because he's kind of gone from like two extremes.
Mm-hmm.
No one really knew who he was. Then he got his moment to shine, and he was shining.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had to take a back seat for whatever reason, coach's decision, team's decision, and he hasn't been playing at all. And then for him to get another opportunity, I know from a personal perspective, he's got to really enjoy that, not just to show the team what he can do, because I'm sure you guys know, but just for his career in the NBA. Like, when you get minutes in the NBA, that's your time to show everyone, every team that like you can play. But what have you been talking to him about, like as far as that transition? Because it's got to be a little difficult for him.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. Like I've had a couple talks with him just to kind of keep his, his spirits high, and just keep him, in the right mindset. Because it is frustrating, like especially at his age, and then you watching like. I can only imagine if I put myself in his shoes and I'm watching my peers and guys was in the same draft with me and they're playing and they're having success, and I know I can perform and I can, contribute, put points up. Like I know I can help a team out, and you don't play, especially when you had success on a team already that was at one of the best teams in the NBA coming from Denver. And you were playing, and then now you get traded, and it's like, oh, okay, now I have a new opportunity, and then that window closes for a short stint. You could definitely like lose sight of like, damn, like I don't want to be here. Like I could be playing somewhere else. So, and not to say that was his mindset, but I could see how that could affect you. But I've been trying. I think everybody, we have good vets. Myself, Russ, James. Even PJ, Kawhi.
I'm about to say, even though PJ, he going through the same situation.
Yeah, he going through the same situation.
What do y'all say to him?
That's
like to a vet person that.
He's in a different situation too. But it's the same thing. Like PJ's been a ultimate professional. I would say he's been even a short stint with him being with us. He's been like a vet for me. Like, and I didn't like PJ was one of them dudes I would get into it with on the court just because his tenacity and the way he plays defense. So I didn't never think like we would be this cool or have this type of relationship once he joined the team. But PJ is actually like one of the people that I'm like I've gotten like pretty close and cool with. And he's just a good dude. So I think he's handled it like great. I know there was a little rocky situation going on not too long ago, and it got on social media about the PJ and the Clippers stuff. But outside of that, like he's handled it well. When his number's called, he's ready. His thing is just prepare me. Like if I'm gonna play, let me know so I can prepare and be ready for it.
I would feel so bad though.
Yeah.
He just been sitting
because you've been like 18 years. He's been playing. Like you know what I mean.
And he got a ring.
And you got a ring. So like at this age and at this point, it's like if I'm not playing now, like the other team's gonna look at me and be like, oh, he can't contribute anymore. Like he can't play anymore. So at this age, it's like, no, don't do me like that. You know,
don't leave
so that's kind of like, tough in his You know, but like I said, he's been doing a great job of just handling it.
One thing that I've noticed about Bones, which I'm curious your thoughts on this, on how much this matters, because I know in college and high school it matters.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're a high school player and you're in a game and your teammate throws a bad pass and you're sulking, you have a bad attitude, I think that college coaches and people look at that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Bones has had a good attitude throughout what's been going on with him playing, not playing. And to me, that would be the most difficult part of the whole thing, is sitting on that bench and still being cheerful for your teammates, supporting them. But do you think that in the NBA, other teams look at that kind of stuff? Like, forget your play, but just how Bones is handling himself in his situation. Do you think there's any other teams or even the Clippers looking at and going, we like that?
I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, teams pick up on all of that stuff. Like, that's the reason before you get drafted, you do meetings and you sit down with teams, and they want to know, like, off the court. They want to know the mental. They want to know personality. They want to know triggers. Like, that's the reason they want to do those meetings. Like, so they watch everything. Like, even when, like, they'll go back. Like, when I got drafted, I had people coming up to me, like, my high school coach, like one of my teachers, like, they were like, oh, this person came to me and asked me questions, like, about your work ethic, about your personality, about, like, your attendance. Like, you know, that's how far, you know, scouts and coaches and, like, look into it. So, hell yeah, they absolutely going to watch and see how you act. They're going to ask the GM. They're going to ask the president. They're going to ask the coaches, like, how has he responded? Like, so you got to be aware and mindful that, like, I tell guys all the time, like, you come in the league, you're not playing for just one team. Like, essentially, you're playing for the whole league. You know what I mean? Because it's a business. At some point, you're going to get traded. You're going to get moved to a new team. And you got to have, like, you don't want no type of mark on your name that's going to have someone be like, we'll take the other guy. You know what I mean? So he's been great. I think for what it is and the position he's in, I think he's handled it great. And it's been a growing pain. He's had to grow up, and, like, you know, I think it's been, like, I think now when he looks at the situation, it's like, I had to mature. This is going to make him mature into a whole nother level of understanding the business.
I just want.
What's your damn question?
I wanted to ask you about when y'all played the Milwaukee Bucks. Your boy Patrick Beverly was talking smack on his show. You know what I'm saying? He was going to shut down your moves and all that. I want to know what the heck y'all was talking about it.
Yeah.
And all that he was talking.
He texted me, what was it, this morning? He texted me this morning.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he texted me this morning about the game and good bump and, it was just good basketball. Pat the dude gonna hype himself up, which he played well.
Right.
He did play well. I won't shortcut his productivity that game. He played well on both ends. He hit a big three in my face.
That corner three was big.
And I was giving it to him like,
you was killing him.
I wanted to be like, I wanted to wave him off after he missed it. Like, yeah, I ain't contesting that.
Did you do your move on him? That he said that you?
Because I didn't like. I never really like. With him, when we play him, I know to catch it at the elbow and work from there. Like, I'm not gonna get into a dribble because that's his game. Like, and they gonna let him get away with holding and scrapping and getting into me. Like, if I play with my body or if I bump him, he gonna do. So I'm not gonna even get into that type of game. And so I never really got to my spots the way I wanted to. But he was on the like quick swipe downs. He was on that one. He was definitely on that one.
I just had to just know a little something.
Yeah,
like this.
I mean, it's fun. It's, at the end of the day, I know just what kind of game he's gonna bring. So, like, I don't even get into the back and forth during the game. Like, that's what gets him going.
It's just funny.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was fun playing. Like, it was a fun game. They played fucking good as shit that fourth quarter to come back.
Yeah.
You were locked in. Now that you said that, like, I was surprised almost that you weren't more animated. But I understand why. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? You'd make a shot and then they'd go to your face, and I'm over there. Like, if it was me, I'd be like, looking at them or doing something, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
I'm not about to make this a Paul George versus Pat Beverly game. Like,
Nah, you did right,
Why?
P.
No, you did. You did.
You did right.
They got the win. It was a good ass win.
He's so annoying. Though you had the ball up right here. They would the whistle already blow. He gonna hit it out your hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is you doing? He's just annoying. But we still love you, Patrick Beverly. You our dog. You our dog, man. That's all I want to know, though, P. What he has said. Get that out the way now.
Can't believe he's wearing a shirt with the snake around his neck.
Little
I love
snake.
it.
Come on, little snake.
All right, so the first question is from Jan Flock, and they ask, what do you think of the Rookie of the Year race? It's pretty much between Wemby and Chet. Who do you think is in the lead right now?
This is a tough one, like, because I feel like at one point Wemby goes ahead, and then the next point Chet goes ahead. Like it's a toss up, to be honest. Like both of them are really deserving of the Rookie of the Year award. It is tough. Like people always bring up, like, is Chet worthy because he's not technically a rookie?
Yeah,
there we go.
But at the same time, this is his first official NBA season. So it is like it's a tough debate.
Yeah,
because you're almost still in like somebody else's like year. You know what I mean?
No, I mean you are.
Like this is Wemby's class. Now Wemby has to compete against.
And you learn so much. Like, you know, he's got more experience than him, even if he never played a game in his first year.
How tall is Chet?
He's
That's
tall.
like 7 foot, 7'1".
And Wemby is
Wemby's
what?
like
7'4".
7'4".
I give it to Wemby just because.
Just because he's taller?
It's his tall. It's his rookie year. It's his rookie year officially. Really.
No, I agree.
Giving it to? You got to pick one.
I'm gonna give it to Wemby. Like Chet's on a winning team. He's got a great group of young guys around him. And so not much pressure is like solely on him. The expectation for Wemby is extremely high. He's playing on a young team as well, but they're not as successful. And I don't think quite yet the talent is as high as Oklahoma's. And so, yeah, he's relied upon to do a lot on a nightly basis, and he's doing it. He's contributing. If the numbers are close, yeah, his team isn't winning as much as Chet's team, but that's because of Chet's team's better. And I think he's handling it as with the expectation. He's doing a great job.
I think he deserves it. I think I would
and
agree
he's the
with
official rookie. Like this is his rookie year.
And after rolling an ankle like he did and got back in the game, you got to give it to him just for that ankle.
Well, you keep bringing up that ankle, bro. That was like 2-3 months ago, Bunky.
That shit was nasty. I still remember. That's why it was so nasty. And he got back and played. I was like, damn.
Yeah, he did. He just rolled it off.
Yeah, that's rookie of the year.
I think the NBA wants him to win it as well.
Absolutely. That's great for
fun
San
fact,
Antonio.
I didn't know this, and correct me if I'm wrong, anyone here, but I just found out that Wemby has a little brother.
Does he?
Bro, he's 6'8". He's 16 years old. He plays for the France national team, but there's going to be a baby alien coming in
the league.
There's another Wemby.
There's another Wemby on the way, bro. It's his little brother. I did not know that he had a sibling.
I haven't seen no footage of like games or like.
Either have I. You'd think that with I saw something on Instagram today and I looked at it. I'm like, oh Lord, like there's another one on the way.
He coming.
But I mean, that's how Victor was. Like, you ain't hear nothing about him up until like the year he comes out, and then now it's like, oh shit, where was he stashed at?
Well, second question is from Hey_Winter. Asks PG, who do you think wins MIP this year? Kobe White or Tyrese Maxey or Jalen Johnson? That's a hard one.
This is a tough one. I think all three of those are deserving too, and all of them have their own case. Tyrese Maxey definitely has an extremely big case with being a starter, being an all-star. And, I mean, he's been playing well, especially with Joel being out. He's been carrying Philly. Jalen Johnson has been surprised. Like, I didn't quite know his game. Like, I didn't quite know his game, but I think he's evolved. And when you lose John Collins and then Jalen Johnson comes right in and right away replaces him. And then Kobe White has just been hooping, like 30 pieces, 40 pieces. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
I would have to pick Kobe.
I would say it's between Kobe and Jalen.
Oh, really?
I would say because Tyrese, like you could see Tyrese, like you can see this coming. Like you can see Tyrese's, you can see that, like, especially playing with James. He played with James and Joel, and he was still producing at a high rate, like still putting up 18, 20 points, playing with, still being efficient scorer, playing with those two guys. Like, you saw, like, okay, once he becomes the guy, he's going to be able to fit right in and produce at a high level. Like, so that, I didn't think he improved a lot, but I didn't think it was like eye-opening, like, oh, he got better. Like, I just think, like,
he always been nice.
He always been nice. I saw him be coming in that role. Kobe White had high promise, I think.
Right, was just
coming out of North Carolina.
Was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
Now he's kind of getting through all that.
I think he's kind of put it all together, which usually happens, guys. The game slows down and you find your game, you find your pace, your tempo, and you, like, figure out how to play in the NBA. And I think that's what the case with Kobe White. Jalen Johnson is just, I didn't know his game. I honestly didn't think he would be what he is and what he's shown now. He's actually a player that you can get a ball to and ask for some production. But I mean, if I had to pick, it's between Kobe or I mean, it's a toss up. It's a toss up. I'm gonna go Kobe just because what he's doing, and I think this is the turning point for, like, he's gonna get paid. He's gonna be like a figure now. He's gonna be a player. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, years to come, he turned the corner. Like, he understands how to score, how to be efficient, how to be a NBA player and play at a high level. Like, this is the Kobe White you'll see going forward. So I would say most improved goes to Kobe White.
I like it. I want to give you a little pushback, though. Would you say that it's harder to become like what is Kobe White averaging right now, do you think?
He's probably averaging like 17, 18 points.
And what was Tyrese averaging before Embiid went out? Probably like the same?
Nah, before
More?
Embiid, he was averaging like 24, 25.
Oh, so he was still averaging a lot.
I think even when he was with James and Joel, he was still averaging 20 points.
I'm curious on, like, the gap, like, kind of like in golf, like when we talk about, like, going from shooting 100 to a 90, it's a big gap. You know what I mean? I wonder in the NBA, like, is it more difficult to go from, like, 0 to 14 points, or is it more difficult to go from 24 points a game to 28 points a game? Even though it's only a 4-point increase, now you're the main guy on the team. You don't have Joel, which your whole entire offense runs through Joel and gets you easy buckets. Like, I don't know. I would still go Tyrese, but what do you think that gap is? You get what I'm saying? Like, is that like a real thing?
Yeah, for sure. That 4 points, like, you can still get better, averaging 4 more points. Like, you can still, like, he could very easily still be the front runner for most improved. I'm not saying it from a point situation, but I just feel like when you talk about growth,
right?
Who grew more from the previous year till now? I think Kobe has made that jump, and I mean, you can make a case that Tyrese should have won it last year for the jump that he made into the season prior to this year. You know what I mean? I think he made that jump, and then now he figured out, like, how to really, like, score and be efficient, and
I gotcha.
I just think Kobe's jump.
No, it makes
was
sense.
A little higher.
Most improved, like, it's a category.
I'm a fan of
like,
all three. I think all three have a extremely good case for winning it.
All right, the next question is from Ryan Conwell, 8677. He wants to know, who are some players that you feel have had a great season this year that the media doesn't talk about?
Right off jump, I think, and I was extremely impressed with his game. Cam Whitmore from Houston. He can be a player if Houston Rockets continue to play well and get into the playoffs. He's a name that could, like, next season, like, we Cam's got to play. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a player that I think is going to shake up some things in Houston and can be a star player. You know, I saw stardom on both ends. He played hard on both ends. He can shoot it. He can handle. He's explosive. He was strong. And he had a nastiness to him that you don't really see in a lot of super young guys. And like, he was trying to challenge me. He was challenging Kawhi. Like, he was he's a name that I think, he hasn't really, because he's a rookie, hasn't had much, coverage on him. But he will be good, and he's good now. I think Colin Sexton. No one's been talking about how good he's been playing in Utah. He's always, been playing at a high level, but I think with that group, he's still keeping them competitive with marketing. Austin Reeves has been super consistent, I think, this year.
And
I know he's one of your favorites.
Yeah,
favorite.
No. Well, because he got paid too, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
there's always
pressure
that like,
there
okay, now that he gets paid, he's been playing great.
Exactly. I think just, again, consistent. He started off a little rocky, I think, this year, but he's smooth selling now, and he's been super consistent. Jonathan Kuminga, I think he's made a big jump and could be in that conversation for most improved. I think he's getting coverage. He's getting notoriety.
Yeah.
But he made a huge jump with just his efficiency.
Lively. Does he get a lot of press? Derek, the center
Derek
for the
Lively
Mavs.
for the Mavericks. Yeah, I think he compliments Luka so well, compliments Kai so well. Like, that's one thing you need, right? Especially with Dwight Powell. He got hurt, right? Dwight Powell been out. Yeah, with Dwight Powell being out, being hurt, I think he is that next version of Dwight Powell for them, who can, be a quick roller. Like, you need that with Luka. Somebody that can set the screen, get out fast, and create havoc. Do I stay with Luka? Do I go with the roller? Now it gives Luka freedom to get into his bag. So he's definitely another name that's I think doesn't get as much coverage. But he's, rookie guys, they once playoffs start, that's where he'll make a name for himself. But like I said, Jalen Suggs, I think he's been playing great in Orlando. He's turned the corner. It's fun to watch the young guys when they figure out their identity. That's always fun to watch, because you see years and years, like will they, are they, how good will he be? And then when they figure out their identity, it's like, oh, okay, now let's see him take off from there. And so I think he's figured it out as well. And obviously Jalen Williams, but I think he's getting notoriety and he's getting coverage, having a big showing All-Star weekend and the production he's doing this year.
I like it. Good answers.
I like it.
You want to add anything to that, Jackie?
Nah, they just
who
I was gonna say Lively. That's
Lively.
One guy when I watch him, more so on the defensive end. I feel like just like he's athletic. He makes, people make tough shots, and Kyrie and Luka. You don't just think defense.
Mm-hmm.
But for them to be successful, that you got to have someone down there that's. But I like that he plays hard. Anybody that plays hard in the NBA, like, you can just tell. Pat's one of those guys. Like him or not, he plays hard the whole entire game. It's like, well, you can't really knock someone like that. But he was someone that I thought of. I don't think he gets a whole lot of media coverage. Maybe it's just because he's in Dallas, but I think he's a good pickup for the Mavs.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say he's not even in it, but I don't want to say it because he's awesome, but he's not even getting no attention right now.
Who?
LaMelo?
Exactly.
Because
he hurt, But all the people that he said, the only one, LaMelo Ball found his identity fast.
Yeah, he did.
Fast.
Yeah, he did.
Fast.
But you already knew he just got star power written all over him.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say nothing, because
you said it.
He ain't been getting no shine this
Hopefully
year.
we get Alonzo. Hopefully we get Alonzo.
You remember Jeremy Anderson, right?
Yeah.
So Jeremy Anderson was a UCLA point guard. We played together on the pump team, and he's been overseas. He's played all over the place, but he posted a video yesterday. Guess who's on his team now in Mexico?
Who? Oh, Jello.
So Jello and Jeremy are on the same team in Mexico right now.
We just was asking too. What was Jello doing?
Yeah.
So
so they're on the same team. I haven't talked to him much about it, but I know.
Yeah, that's
Jeremy's
dope.
probably done.
That's what we trying to make.
Keep going, Jeremy. Keep going, Jeremy.
So the next question is coming from Chuck_2023. And they said, coming off the fixing of the NBA defensive conversation in the previous episode, one rule that I think would change that would help if the NBA removed the 3 seconds in the key on defense. Do you think that would help, even though you said the game is too far gone?
And you could just sit in the paint.
People would be getting exposed.
The problem is the 3-point attempts. Like, I don't think the issue is people being in the paint, like, because it's not like that 3-second call is like people are in the paint longer than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
Doesn't even get called that often.
The refs aren't like counting every possession. Like, that's boring as fuck. You know what I mean? So I don't even think that makes a big difference. Like, people are going to find ways to just sit in the paint. So I don't think that does anything, and that's not going to limit. The problem is it's a lot of 3-point attempts. Like, I don't think that's going to limit 3-point attempts, which is what the NBA has gotten to. You know, so honestly, I don't believe that's going. Yeah. That rule is not going to help the NBA.
I think you bring back hand checking.
You think hand checking is it? I don't
because
think that
the
helps
offensive
either.
is so skilled, and you can't put a hand. You got to play basically. You can't touch them.
But
there's less 3-pointers if you're able to sit on somebody and keep an arm on them or guide them with your hand. I feel like you can guide someone to the lane.
I don't think because hand checking is like we're hand checking now. Like people are still like hand checking. You're just not long. You're just not hand checking for a long period, but you're hand checking still.
I hate when I see that.
Yeah, when you're doing that,
or this one.
Yeah, that's a hand check. But like refs aren't calling that shit consistently. You know what I mean? So like that still goes on. It's not like it's something they're calling right away to where we can't hand check. Like they're still letting people get away with the hand check. So like I think that's just gonna make for ugly basketball. Like that's people gonna be backing down like old days. Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, it'll slow the game. It'll give the defensive.
It'll slow the game down for sure. But do you like which one do you want to see more? More like you want to see more stops defense. Or you want to see more baskets?
I want to see more stops.
Like when you go to a game where you're like this game is boring. Like. You're not
talking like Gary Payne, like all up in you the whole way up the floor. Like you really like.
You rather see that?
I mean, what other rule could you think of? I'm just giving my suggestion. But like, what else could you do? Because the guys are so skilled now, and now you can't touch them at all, or less than what you used to be able to.
All right, let's think. So what do you want? You want less scoring? You want like if you're a GM, I mean you're a commissioner of the NBA, and I come to you and it's like pinpoint exactly what are you trying to eliminate? Less scoring, less fouls, more threes, less threes, more layups. Like what exactly are you trying to implement?
It's not necessarily what I'm trying to see. I'm just going back to the point of like the NBA is all offensive, and it's gotten too much on that end.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm just talking about like the game of basketball, I think the defensive side is not highlighted enough. The rules, it's just how do you guard? You can't.
Mm-hmm.
That's the moral of the story. You can't guard somebody when you can't put a hand on them. The guys are too talented. So it's not necessarily what personally, well, I like defense, so I would want to see more defense, but I'm just thinking of something that could bring balance back to like, okay, like you can defend this way now. And then again, it depends on guys might take advantage of that and find some new way out. But
I think the NBA has to get like let a little bit more of the chippiness, scrappiness. Like I think the flagrants are too
much.
Just say it. You said the NBA too soft. Basically what you said.
It could be a little bit more like I think that will ultimately like not in a bad way, like because at the end of the day, like, you know, we've been good with injuries, right? Like prevent injuries and stars being able to play and like, but I think like the ticky-tack stuff, like you got to eliminate the ticky-tack shit. Like, let dudes play. Let there be a little bit more banter, a little bit more shit talking. Like we teeing up a little too much. Refs are, like, a little too sensitive in situations. I think it's just got to be a little bit more raw, I feel like. You know what I mean?
That's more entertaining. That's why I'm, like, I wonder why it's like that.
Yeah.
It's again, they want entertainment.
Now, I feel like it's tough, like you getting into it and then like you can't really like, all right, if two dudes talking shit, like, all right, let them talk shit, like let them that's gonna make one side go hard. It's gonna make the other side go hard. Like that's gonna make both parties play harder. Like that's gonna be better for the game to let them go at it. Like let them talk their shit. Let them get into it to an extent. Like don't let it go overboard where they like it's fights about to break out. But like almost like
I like it.
all right.
The next question is coming from Arvin Batsha 3356, and they want to know if you started a team, would you rather have Tony Parker or Steve Nash at your prime in their prime at point guard?
Ooh,
That's hard.
This is
I'm from Cali, man. That's what we say out here.
It's
like when we say it's hard out here. That's what it's hard. Okay, it's hard. That's what Cali people say. You from Cali? Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's tough.
Answer the question. Steve Nash or Tony Parker?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one, bro. Because both of them obviously goated. It's hard to pick one. Like you can't. I feel like you can't go wrong with either one. Like I think Steve Nash individually probably sticks out more, but like Tony Parker is a champion, won championships, final MVP. Steve Nash, obviously two-time regular season MVP. Played same amount of years. Like they kind of numbers identical a little bit. Steve Nash, I think, averaged a little bit more points. He averaged more assists. But it's hard to say, like, because if you put Steve Nash on those Spurs teams, Spurs still probably winning championships.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like Tony Parker, I'm not like Tony Parker obviously had Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Sean Elliott, Ginobili, coached by one of the best all-time coaches in history of the game. And it's tough. It's tough.
And simultaneously, it was also a completely different system.
Different system.
Steve Nash, if you put Tony Parker on the Suns,
right,
he's gonna have the ball in his hands a lot more, a lot more pick and roll.
Right,
like it was
that's
a whole
true. That's
different,
true. So then
the
now
stats
you
might
see
be he might have had the same stats, if not more.
That's
than
true.
Steve Nash.
That's true. And TP was more of a scoring guard. So like him having the ball more, like his scoring might have went crazy. So like it's hard to, put the two, separate or compare the two if they switch roles.
Defense. Who had better defense? That's how you put it all together. Whoever had the better defense.
Parker had better defense.
That's who you should pick.
Tony Parker was known more for his defense, but like Steve Nash was top 5 in steals every year. Like Steve Nash was top 10 in steals every year. Damn near like, a lot of the seasons he was,
Yeah, I would compare it off of defense.
So who do you pick? You're drafting your 2K lineup.
If I'm drafting,
you're loading the game.
I like shooting. I like 3-point shooting. I'm gonna go Steve Nash. I'm gonna go Steve Nash.
That's a good one.
I like it.
Like you said, you can't lose with.
You can't lose with either one. That's a tough.
That's a good.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
great. Listen, you can't lose with either one. Steve Nash, I would have picked too.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
I think we were all Steve Nash there.
Yeah.
P, when this episode airs, you would have played 2 afternoon weekend games, starting a stretch of 5 games over 7 days. Oh boy. But we had an email from someone named James, and they asked, how does P handle back-to-backs or 5 and 7 days games? Like, pull the curtain back a little bit of the process of how a professional hooper handles that.
Yeah, this is tough. Trust me, this is tough. Like mentally exhausting, physically exhausting. It's stressful. Like when you know what I mean? You get out of one game, you go right into another game, you got a day off, you go right into another game, after that another game. Like that shit is extremely stressful. And it's mentally draining, especially when you switching states, you going to new cities, new hotels, like waking up, body aching, get right back to it. So it is tough. It is draining. But for me, I like my off days are literally I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm chilling. Like I'm chilling. I don't want to do I might have like, my agent hit me up. I might have like people know I'm not scheduling nothing on back-to-back days. Like I'm chilling. Those are my days for me. So I think that's kind of it's more so mental. Like it's more so mental. I like to go into games with mental clarity, and not be exhausted while I'm on the court. And so those days are just for me. I think that's the days off. So those 2 days in between the 5 out of 7, those 2 days are extremely important to me, to not overly exhaust myself when I have time to kind of recover and rehab and treat myself physically and mentally. So those 2 days become extremely important.
P, I know you're a two-way player, but let's just focus on your offense right now. T Compost asks, who has been the toughest player to score on in your NBA career?
Toughest player to score on?
Yep.
Probably Drew.
Okay. What makes it so tough
Probably Drew.
for you to score on Drew?
Just like Drew got locks. Like
that's it.
Drew got locks. Like he got locks. He's strong as shit. He's quick. And like he loves to play defense. Like that is the worst thing. Like that is the worst trait that you can go up against somebody that he just loves to play defense. Like, and I like those are always the toughest matchups for me offensively when the guys are like super shorter than me.
Has his brothers got defense like that?
Not as good as him. Like Aaron plays good defense.
But it's not
Justin
close.
plays good defense. Like they're defenders, but Drew is just it's another level. Like he has anticipation. That's
the word.
Instincts. He has like he knows your like tendencies. Like
he's smart. Like he knows where you're going to put the ball.
He's like a cerebral defender.
So he's really looking at the player report for sure.
Yeah, for sure. He does.
He
this,
just knows
he does
movement.
That.
Like he just knows what you want to do and is always at the right place at the right time. Plus, he has all those attributes.
How many first team defense he's been on?
I'm not sure. I think he has a few though.
He should.
Could be wrong.
Yeah, he's got to have at least one. He's been on all defensive teams for sure.
For sure. How many times have you been on them?
First team,
5 or 6, right?
All together, defensive teams. I think I've been on 4 or 5.
Come on.
So Pete, when we're talking about defense, I want to know, in your opinion, is that something that you're just naturally gifted with, like the ability to be a good defensive player, or do you think that individuals can work their way to being an elite defensive player, or is it a mixture of both?
I think it's a mixture of both because I was a poor defender in high school. Like, I was an awful defender. Like, we used to do this drill in high school where you had to guard, like you started off, the offensive player started on the baseline, the defender started at the free throw line.
Okay.
And you had to throw the ball to the offensive player and you had to guard him full court.
Yep.
And I used to be so nervous about this drill because, like, it used to be one move. Yeah. Throw it to them. They take off one way and they was gone. Like, so I used to hate this one specific drill. And I never was like, I feel like I was a late bloomer into my body. So I didn't really figure out, like, how to move quite well yet. So I wasn't ever a good defender. Like, defense was never my strong suit. But what I did have was the effort. Like, I used to want, just because I love Kobe, I used to want to make it tough for you to score. Like, regardless, any way I could, I'm gonna give extra effort, extra slap down, extra jump. Like, I'm gonna try hard as hell to, like, make it tough for you to score, regardless that I wasn't good at it. And I think what clicked with me was I was good with anticipation, because in high school we would play a press, and I was the front of the press, and that you have to be good at. Anticipating, like, is it going to be a bounce pass? Like, are they trying to throw it over? And so I think that's where I got really good at anticipating passes and reading passing lanes, and I was really good off the ball, not good on the ball. And so I think that helped. And then when I got to the NBA, it was just like the only way to get on the court was to play defense. And I think that's just where it hit for me, and it clicked to hone in on the defensive end. So I like, to answer your question, I don't think you necessarily, like, there's God-given abilities you're born with that helps, But I think you can always become a better defender, even if you're not good at it, because it's angles, right?
Yeah.
Like defense is angles, playing angles, knowing tendencies, and then just having effort, like to play on the defensive end.
Yeah. I had a coach in high school because I didn't like to play defense. His name was Dean Bradshaw, and he specialized in defense. And I got a couple questions, but one thing that he told me when I was younger that all you kids out there should listen to is he basically told me if you want to play at the next level, you have to be able to guard a guard. If you can't guard a guard, like you're useless. But he was so detailed on teaching us all the different angles. And just like what you said, defense is obviously anticipation, God-gifted athleticism, but it's literally just angles, like knowing what angle to take, seeing space on the floor. How many times in the NBA has someone sat with you and you worked on your defensive angles? Does that happen? I feel like it doesn't.
That's not often in today's game. Like
it's sad.
That's not often in today's game. Like you don't cover defense as much as you used to. Like my first couple years in Indiana, we covered defense every day. Like that was number one priority was defense. We would literally go over it in practice and shoot around, like extensive work to become a better defending team. And then it gave you confidence that when you get on the court, like everyone knew what coverage we're going to, like where are we sending this, what shots we're going to give up. And like that's just, it doesn't happen as often, I think, in the NBA now. The focus is more so how to score, how to get good opportunities, good looks, and be efficient offensively. I think that's what the focal point is in today's NBA.
I think I'm going to start an Instagram called Lethal Defender.
Lethal Defender.
I can teach defense.
You think
I'm a good defender.
Yeah.
I'm locking. I'll be locking him up.
Name the lethal shoot. What's his name?
Lethal shooter, lethal defender. But
defender.
people need it, like, because you don't see anyone teaching people how to play defense.
Yeah,
nobody.
And
they doing it, just ain't seeing it.
No, it's
honestly, it's so simple. Like I think defense, learning and teaching defense is so simple. It just comes down to effort. You know what I mean? Like it comes down to effort. In Indiana, we didn't have guys necessarily great at defense when they first got there or after they left. Like there wasn't like guys that would come that was like known for defense. But like when you put in the system of and you hit it over the head every day, like this is how we're going to defend. This is how we guard. You know, we're doing drills. We would break it down so much. Like we would do rebounding drills. We would do the straight up, like we would practice the straight up of verticality at the basket.
That's
like,
dope.
That was a drill we would do
like
on a consistent basis. How to not foul, and like everybody would do it. George Hill, Lance Stevenson, Roy Hibbert, David West.
You do it a lot now.
I would like that. That's just been instilled in me. Just go straight up,
straight up,
and you would,
and
it's like it's tough for people to finish when you get that contact and you're expecting a call and there's no call. It throws you off. So like it was my indie days. Like we were special because we worked on it so much.
And it's true. Everybody
Maybe
had
it's
that
not
defense.
the rule changes. Maybe it's just people. No one practices defense anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard to. It's hard to because like
a lot of wear and tear. It's more wear.
It's more wear. It's for sure more wear and tear because you need actual physical bodies to practice defense. Like we're doing box out drills back then. Like actually hitting each other. Like no bullshit. We was actually
and Lance
hitting
coming
each other.
in for a rebound. Like
yeah, and you but it built toughness. It built character. It built like if we can do that to each other, can't wait to play the other team. You know what I mean? We can't wait to go against and put this physicality on the other team because we were doing it against each other so much. Like we couldn't wait to play other teams, and it was easy when we played other teams because we drilled it and we went over it so much, and it was so much tougher in practice. Because you're doing it constantly over and over and over. When you get in the games, it's like, oh, this shit easy. Like, they don't play as hard as we play. You know what I mean? We're going to run them out the gym because they don't play as hard as we play.
All right, so P, we just watched the announcement of Jake Paul will be fighting Mike Tyson in July. But before we get into this fan's question, Who do you think's going to win that? And Jackie,
What'd he say, Bunky? Sign the contract.
Sign the contract. Just sign the contract right now.
Big boy.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract, big boy.
Netflix special.
It's all for TV, man.
Iron Mike. I'm not going against Iron Mike. I'm not going against Mike Tyson.
I'm not neither.
Mike Tyson is one of those guys that you see his name, I'm voting Mike Tyson. I'm going for Mike Tyson.
You better have.
What? You're going for Mike Tyson?
You better have.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Listen. Mike Tyson not gonna lose against this boy taking this
Okay.
fight.
You're saying he's gonna win. Gotcha.
I don't care the age gap. Like he
take it serious.
Actually fighting a boxer. Like he's not fighting a MMA guy. He's not fighting a wrestler. He's not fighting an entertainer. He's fighting a boxer. I don't care how old the age gap is. He's fighting a boxer.
You see what he did?
Wonder what the height difference is in the reach.
It don't matter. Mike ain't scared to get hit.
I think it matters if Mike goes out there and he's really trying to knock him out. Like, is he going to? I hope he doesn't go out there.
I think he's going to do that. I think that's what he's going to do.
It's going to make for great entertainment for sure.
And now he'll bite your ass.
Because Jake Paul, you have to consider him a serious boxer now at this point. Like if you haven't before, you got to consider him a serious boxer now.
What'd you think about that last fight he just had though?
That was too easy.
That was like, who was the boxer?
That was too easy.
What was that? And
I don't even know if like people even like. It wasn't even like highly publicized.
It wasn't. That boxer, from my understanding, was the most experienced, I think, boxer that he has fought.
The first round like that?
Yeah.
What was he experienced? Getting his ass knocked out?
Yeah, the guy just didn't
What is the end goal for Jake Paul? Like, does he want to be known as a serious boxer?
It's tough to...
He called out Canelo.
Yeah, it's tough to say because
called out Canelo.
He's a professional troll. That's number one.
Yeah.
He's smart.
Smart as shit.
He's so smart. So it's hard to like, is he doing it for a paycheck?
Yeah.
Does he really care about the sport? I think it's a blend.
I think he really cares about the sport.
I think it's a blend, but it's hard with his personality and his trolling to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how serious, I don't know. It's
that's what I want. Like, is he really trying to be a boxer? Like,
I think they'll take it serious.
Because if he is, then like, you want to start going at like,
Mike Tyson.
Well, he got to get his fights on. He got to get his fights on.
I mean, I'm not saying you go against like the Tanks and Haney's and
Ryan Garcia's.
Like you don't fight them right away because that's obviously a build up to get to that point. But you start fighting that caliber, like you know what I mean. You start entering in that realm of if you want to be taken or if you trying to be a serious boxer.
Yeah, see, it's just so tough because most of those boxers, man, they started when they were
young,
3 years old.
Yeah.
They were doing, amateur fights. So it's.
I just think somebody will really whoop his ass if they really don't think about the paycheck and just really go in there and fight.
I don't think Mike Tyson cares. That's why
That's what I think too.
Crazy out there.
Look when he fought Roy Jones, bro. He was trying to knock Roy Jones' head off, bro. It was like Mike, like. Chill out, bro. Like,
now,
if he fights Canelo, I'll say he's an official boxer now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, it just seems like I'm watching
a
PlayStation game.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he has a fight, this is a PlayStation game. It's not real to me. Like I don't care who they bring. Like even to Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
How many Jake Paul's fights have you saw?
Every last one.
See, so he's bringing like. He's bringing,
but you only watch him because
he's not going to fight Canelo.
Because you want to see him lose.
If somebody's going to be like, I don't want this chick this money and knock him out, but nobody does. The only person who did that,
so he got the Floyd effect. He got the Floyd effect. You want to see him lose.
He only lost one fight so far.
Who?
I forget who the dude was. Yeah,
Jake Paul lost.
No, he lost.
He lost. He
did.
He did lose.
Fury, no.
Yeah, that's right.
He lost one
But
fight.
hey, Fury looked like I thought he was gonna be way better than what I thought he was. Jake held his own during.
But Fury, that wasn't the real one though.
Well,
you need the real Fury.
That fight against Fury could have went either way. That fight, you're right. I did remember watching that. That fight could have went either way.
So you got to think when he fights somebody like Canelo, I'm all tuned in because I know Canelo not gonna lose no fight to no damn Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Canelo's not fighting him though until
At
he's
all.
retired. Like he's gonna do a Floyd thing if he wants to make a big bag. But Canelo's not about to go fight Jake Paul right now.
If it's a $5 million bag on the table right now to fight Jake Paul.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You doing it?
Facts.
I'm really be
$5
an
million
actor.
just to go in there and fight?
Say, where round you want me to go?
Yeah.
Want me to turn early and knock down?
$5 million.
I got you. Say no more. You want to do 4? We do 4 rounds. You want to do something extra? I'm out there acting like a motherfucker, boy. $5 million. Shit.
Jackie comes out with a snake around his neck into the arena.
I come in the whole fight with a fake tooth ready to get flew out. My mouth when he hit me. As soon as you hit me, I'm on the oh, I'm out. $5 million. First round. I'll fall out in the stairs if you want me to.
That's funny.
I'm going to fall all the way out the stairs.
Right, so, all right. Now, okay, $5 million for Jake Paul. So what if, all right, $5 million on the table for Mike Tyson now?
I'm not doing that,
I would
brother.
still do it. I would still do it.
You would still do it?
Yeah, I would just
You gonna let
sacrifice
Mike Tyson
myself.
hit you one time?
I'd be sacrificing myself if I went and fought Jake Paul. Like, you just, for $5 million, you go in there
But
and
you said it so quick, though. Like
you just do
Jake
it.
Paul, yeah. Mike Tyson, I mean, I would
I'm thinking
sacrifice.
about that one.
Did you see the Sean Strickland dude just absolutely maul that Sneeko character in a spar? Oh, man, it was basically the equivalent of stepping in with Mike Tyson. He started just wailing.
As little as I
So what pick is in?
listen, as little as I am, if Mike Tyson hit me, I'm gonna come out something wrong with me after that. Brain trauma or something. It ain't gonna
Mike
be right.
fixed the same.
I ain't
Where we
gonna
going with, though? Where we
enjoy
going
that
with?
money.
With what? With what?
That fight. Jake Paul?
Oh, no, I'm going Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Come on. I'm
Iron
going
Mike?
Yeah.
Iron Mike.
Iron Mike it is.
What's your price to get in the ring with Mike Tyson?
To get in the ring with Mike Tyson, it's a like that shit is a insurance. Like it gotta be like
big payout on the back
it
end.
gotta be like 40 mil, 50 mil.
What about for Jake? Would you fight Jake?
To fight Jake? Nah, cause he boxed. Like
So
Would
you
you
think
fight his
Jake Paul's
brother?
beating you in a fight right now?
Would you fight his
yeah,
brother?
he boxed.
Okay.
Would you fight his brother? He wrestled. You like to
He
wrestle?
boxed too. Like
You like to wrestle?
If
He
I
wrestled
had
now.
if I had a year to train and I could fight Jake Paul, yeah, I will fight Jake.
His brother wrestled.
Be careful, bro. Be careful,
They
dog.
sent a contract.
Yeah, bro. This is gonna be Jake. He's just these
As
basketball
soon as I
guys.
retire,
They just
it's like
think,
a contract
you're
in my
good,
in my
trust me.
email. No, I mean
brother,
like he'll like he boxes like
Yeah.
it's a different like that's him playing basketball. Like I'm gonna beat him on the court. He doesn't play basketball. Like, but my hands is official. Like let's throw that out there. My hands is official. I think like a lot of like NBA dudes that talk a lot and I think I don't like boxing. You got to be coordinated. I
Okay,
don't
your
think a lot of
hand's so
people's
good.
coordinated.
Could you do the slap boxing coming?
Oh, the power slap.
The power slap?
Yeah, no, it's quiet.
Hell no, it's
Could you do
quiet.
that?
I think I'd be good at the power slap. Actually,
It's
more than
quiet.
anything.
Oh my God, I couldn't
You
do
think
it.
you'd be good at
I
it?
think I'd be way better at power slap than boxing.
Could you imagine power slap? We
You just
doing
gotta
that?
be sick,
Oh,
like-
he knocking me out for sure.
Neck like this.
Hit you right in your ear. You,
Before they swing,
just wait. Let me know when you gonna do it. I can't do
I
that.
want to go watch
talk
it
about
live.
having a stupid look.
Oh my God. Then you wake up days.
Hey, imagine
What happened?
watching one of the homies up there like, all right, D. Come on, D. Like,
Then we talked about like, what if you go against Kawhi? Like,
Oh, yo, I'm telling you now, it's gonna happen.
I walk out there just hands down, walking
Right.
up there like,
right?
yeah. nah.
Kawhi will definitely be the champion in power slap for years.
Yeah, no, I can't get with the power slap.
We
Can't
don't
get
got no
with that.
homies
Power
that do
slap
that,
is crazy.
What?
That do power slap. We don't know nobody that do that, huh? You know anybody?
Hell no.
You know anybody do it?
No.
All right, fellas. Hey, we answered all the podcast P fam questions. Do y'all know what today is?
What's today, P?
It's our anniversary.
Today March 6th then.
Yeah, it's a 1 year anniversary
1 year.
of the
March
podcast
6th.
P show.
Hey, Jackie. We came a long way,
We
brother.
came a long
We
way.
came a long way,
Come
brother.
on, man.
Congratulations, sir.
Oh, 1 year in.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thanks to fans, man, for believing us. We wouldn't be here without them.
Thank the fans for season 2. Y'all wanted us. We came back. We circled the block, pulled right back up. We talked about our good friend YT a lot. If y'all follow the show, y'all know the name YT, but they don't necessarily know the face behind it.
Are we actually doing this?
YT?
Fit is nasty.
Can we get a YT experience?
Blue compression shorts, please come.
What he got
YT
for?
to the show.
Oh, he bringing us gifts too.
What we get?
As he come in. Take a seat, YT.
Yeah.
Take a seat, YT.
No
you on the show with us. Take a seat,
YT.
What you got? Take a seat.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no, you got the baby foot.
The baby
Okay.
foot.
What we got? We got some slides.
Okay.
We know he ain't yakking.
We got some slides.
I'm right there between. I'm right there with you.
Should we open
Let's
them
see. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I think
Sit
we
down for a second so we can see you. Sit down for a second, sir.
Ladies.
Did we open it at the same time? Anniversary. Let's see.
1, 2, 3. Damn, you early.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. They will never be worn.
Okay.
They will never be worn. Look at our names. If y'all zoom in, you got Dallas,
That's nice.
Jackie,
Wayne say?
Paul.
Who made these?
Feet hanging out the window.
3.6.
You ain't got these on.
Hey, shout out to the artists. I don't know who it is who did them, but y'all did
Yeah,
that.
these are sick.
They're all different.
Oh,
They're all
these are
different,
dope.
yeah. Hey, we got the Air Force Ones, custom pieced up, podcast P on the sides.
I think I got the
Got
best
my
ones.
name on it.
Yeah.
I think I got the best
all the
ones.
names on it.
Dallas Dallas is drippy.
I like
Yours is drippy.
They're all
Let me see yours,
different
P. You got
styles,
little-
which is cool.
Little boxes or something. That's like our
These
our
hard.
cover
Huh?
on Spotify or YouTube.
Oh,
It's like it's that
is, huh?
yeah, it's that.
these is
Oh,
hard.
this is dope. I got the best ones. Just to let y'all know, mine is better than the fellas.
No.
You know, I would never wear
Yours
these.
is cartoonish. That means they're childish.
I'm putting these in my little room. Yeah, they will never be worn, but I want to say thank y'all.
Definitely. Nah, we gotta
this is
have
1 year
We gotta have
anniversary.
a podcast P day where we wear them.
Okay, you gotta let us know.
Oh,
like
these
one
next
time.
episode, right?
Okay,
Or
you
maybe
gotta
we
let us
even not
know.
wear them.
Here, we put them all up there. One up there. Put one up there.
Oh.
Put one up there.
And also,
Put both.
and I don't know if anybody can hear this, but P, I've never actually thanked you. I've thanked Paul many, many times outside the podcast. And I'm sure I speak on Jackie's behalf too, but thank you for the opportunity for allowing us to do this with you. And it's been a fun run, and let's keep it going. So just wanted to.
Yeah, I say the same thing,
Nah,
P, because
it's love, bro. For real, bro.
I
This
was
is
unemployed.
sick.
I was unemployed, P. It was a strike happened, and you went and shook me right on up, baby. That's all I can
Hey,
say.
well, you know what, man?
I gotta thank you, man.
Shout out to our whole crew. We couldn't do this alone. Shout out all of our staff. Shout out our guys behind the cameras that make all of this happen. This is honestly, I couldn't imagine we be doing this a second time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like going on 2 years of doing this. It's been ultimate fun. It's been a joy. I look forward to shooting. I look forward to production.
And I give you a big pat on the back too, man. You doing this podcast during an NBA season, and it's one of y'all best seasons that y'all having.
Absolutely.
So, I gotta give you a big shout out for that, just keeping it going. You know what I'm saying? Not just for us and for the fans. You doing something that when you can be getting your rest today.
Right.
And relaxing and chilling with your family.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we appreciate you, man, and really thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. At this point, everybody
happen.
watching this, I want y'all to do this right here.
We made something happen, man.
Oh, man.
We did that.
1 year anniversary. Shout out Kicks, courtesy of MC Kicks and NRS Customs X. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
That's
you.
love.
Come on, third season on the way.
In good spirits of Podcast P, we're going to do the traditional, how we once did in season 1. Close us out, Bungie.
Oh, y'all want me to close it out?
Close us out, Bung
Check
Bung.
it out. We came in the game and we came to win. It's good growing up when you have some awesome ass friends.
Hey.
So y'all can make this money and make sure y'all do one thing for me and tune in. Podcast P. We out, baby.
Oh, Bungie!
Oh, my God.
That was good.